Search best free AI tools for students and you get the same thing every time, a wall of 40 apps and half of them hit you with a paywall the second you click. So in this video, I'll walk you through the 6 that are genuinely free, that make you study smarter instead of doing the work for you in the exact way I use each one. First one is Knowt, your free tool for flashcards and revision. And I'm starting here for a reason, because the majority of students aren't exactly financially free yet, and when every study app wants $10 a month, that adds up fast. Quizlet is the big one here. Over 60 million students use it every month, and it moved its 2 best modes, learn and test, behind a paywall. So I went looking for a free tool that does everything Quizlet just locked away, and I found Knowt. Say you've got a 50-page PDF of lecture notes. You drop the whole thing in, and it pulls the key terms into a full set of flashcards, without you typing a single one. And if you've already built sets over in Quizlet, you import them straight across, so you're not starting from scratch. Then I have it build a practice test from that same material, and I sit at closed book, like the exam itself. Reading your notes again does almost nothing, but testing yourself and getting things wrong is how it stays in your head, and this is the free tool that makes that really easy. By the way, I've packed all 6 of these tools, plus every prompt I use in this video, into one free stack you can grab in the link below. After the test, it shows you which topics you kept missing, so you walk away knowing exactly what to drill tomorrow, instead of guessing. There's a spaced repetition mode too that keeps bringing the cards you fail back around until they stick, which is how your memory actually holds on to things. You can flip a card you keep failing and have it explain the answer, so the weak spot turns into your next study session. Generating the cards with AI has a monthly cap on the free plan, and so does the chatbot, but once a deck exists, the practice tests and the study modes are unlimited. The catch with any flashcard tool though is it's only as good as the notes behind it, so let's fix the notes first. Which brings me to the tool for your actual course material, NotebookLM. This one's from Google, it's free, and the thing that sets it apart is it only answers from the sources you give it, so it can't wander off and invent things. The way I set it up is 1 notebook per class, and I load in everything, lecture slides, textbook chapters as PDFs, even YouTube links to the topics. Then a dense 40-page chapter becomes a 6-point study guide I can revise in 10 minutes, and every line is footnoted to my own slides so I can check it in one click. That footnoting is the part that matters at exam time because you're never leaning on a made-up answer. I'll also ask it something specific, like, explain the bit from lecture 4 I never got, and it answers straight from that lecture instead of from the whole internet. But the standout is the audio overview. It turns your notes into a podcast, with 2 AI hosts talking through your own material, so you revise on the walk to class instead of at a desk. And you can steer it. Tell it to focus the episode on the 3 topics you're weakest on, and it builds the whole thing around those. It'll also generate a quiz straight from your notes and test you on it rather than handing you the answers. Which is the point, it's testing you, not thinking for you. It'll turn the same material into a mind map too, so you see how a whole topic connects instead of reading a flat list of notes. And it builds you a timeline or a briefing doc out of a messy pile of readings, so you get a whole topic laid out in order. The free tier is generous enough that as a student, you'll barely touch the limits. Now the notes are handled, but the essay you write from them still has to read clean, so that's next. Number 3 is Grammarly. And yeah, it's a familiar name, but there's a way to use it that makes you a better writer, and it isn't the obvious one. It's free, and it works right inside Google Docs in your browser, so it's just there while you write. The trap is treating it like a button that fixes your essay for you. What I do instead is write the thing myself first, then go through its suggestions one at a time and read why each one got flagged. Do that for a term and you start catching your own patterns. It reads the tone as well, so for the email to a professor you rewrite 5 times, it flags where you come across unclear or a bit too blunt before you hit send. The free plan handles grammar, spelling, punctuation, and wordiness across everything you type, and it shows you your tone. The full rewrites and the plagiarism checker are the paid extras, and for this you don't need them. It's polishing your words, not writing them for you, which is the whole point of this video. Writing's handled, but when you're stuck on the concept itself, you need something that just explains it to you, and that's the next one. Number 4 caught me off guard. It's GitHub Copilot, and before you click off because you're not a coder, give me a second. Copilot looks like it only works inside some code editor you'd have to download, but it doesn't. You can use it free right in your browser at github.com/copilot or on the GitHub phone app, same as opening any chat window. So for a normal student, it's a free AI assistant that explains things properly. I'll say, explain how recursion works like I've got 0 background and test me on it, and it follows both prompts well. And because it's on the phone app too, that's a hard concept broken down for you on the bus, not just at your desk. Where it pulls ahead for anyone touching code, even for a stats or economics module, is that it reads and writes code. You paste in something that's throwing an error, and it tells you exactly what broke and why in plain English. You can also drop in code you were handed and don't understand, and have it walk through it line by line, which is how you actually learn it instead of just copying it. And if you want to push that teaching side further, there's a free skill for it called Teach, built by the coding educator Matt Pocock. A skill is just a folder of instructions that changes how Copilot behaves, and this one turns it into a tutor. It asks what you're trying to learn and why, builds you interactive lessons with quizzes, and keeps a record of your progress so the next session picks up where you left off. Skills do run in the editor version of Copilot though, inside VS Code. So save it for when a coding module puts you there anyway. And the tutor prompt at the bottom of this video gets you the closest version in the browser chat. On the free plan, it picks a strong current model for you automatically, so you're getting proper answers without paying for one. The problem with the free plan on GitHub Copilot is it's pretty limited, but if you're a student, you get the better deal. Verify with your .edu email, and GitHub moves you onto the free student plan, which swaps that capped usage for unlimited completions and extra AI models. That's great for one problem at a time, but when you need to research a whole topic with sources you can cite, you want something built for exactly that, which is number 5, Perplexity, and this is my go-to for research. Ask a normal search engine a research question, and you get 10 blue links to dig through yourself. Ask Perplexity the same thing, and you get a straight answer with the sources cited right inside it. So instead of an hour lost in Google Scholar, I asked it what the research says on the economic impact of automation on entry-level jobs, and it came back with a synthesized answer pulling from proper papers, not some random blog. Then I push it. I ask for the strongest counter-arguments, and now I've got both sides of the debate in 2 minutes, which is where a good essay starts. It keeps the thread too. So I keep drilling, ask it to go deeper on one study, or pull the actual numbers, and it stays on the same topic instead of forgetting what we were on. You can also flip it around, give it a claim you're making, and ask it to find you solid sources that back it up or knock it down, which is a reading list built in seconds. One habit though, open the sources it cites and read them before you quote anything because it's your starting point, not your final word. It just gets you to the good material far faster. And because every answer traces back to a source, you're citing properly instead of guessing, which keeps you on the right side of plagiarism. Free covers the quick cited answers you'll use every day. The heavier deep research runs are capped at a few per day, so lean on it for the fast stuff. You've got the research and the notes now, but some things only make sense once you can see them, and the last tool does exactly that. Number 6 is Excalidraw, and this one's massively underrated. It's a free online whiteboard, but the part I care about is the AI. You describe something in plain English and it draws the diagram for you for free in the browser with no account and no setup. So I take a messy process from a lecture, like how a bill becomes law, and just type out what happens. A second later, it's a clean diagram I can drag around and tidy up, then export straight into my notes or a slide, and it looks like I spent an hour on it when it took 30 seconds. The diagram it gives you is fully editable, so you rename a box, add the step it missed, and now it's yours, not some stock template. Computer science students describe an algorithm or a system and it lays out the flow. History students lay out how one event led to the next and it maps the whole chain. And if you're writing an essay, map the argument as a diagram before you write a word. Seeing the structure in front of you is what stops the essay that wanders off halfway through. You can also share one board with your study group, and everyone draws on it at once, so revising a topic together turns into one clean sheet you all keep. The free AI has a light daily limit, but for a few diagrams in a study session, you'll never come close to it. And getting good at that balance, moving fast, but still learning properly, is a skill that pays off way past exams. That's what my school community, AI Fluency, is built around, getting fluent with tools like these across everything you do. So join through the first link in the description and build on everything you just grabbed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.